Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano catch-up where we'll take a look back at some of the main news, items and events from around the Cardano ecosystem in the last few days. Timestamps will be down below. If I miss anything, let me know. Some of the ones we will look at are Axotrade and the LSE. Indigo with their synthetics version 2 is coming in March. Also, there was an issue with the Liqwid Finance and one of the price feeds they were using, which caused some liquidations. We'll take a look at that and the cause of it, and it really is a good case for using oracles. We'll also take a look at Indigo, which have a new patent that has been granted in China. Fluid tokens, LBE is coming up. Minswap vote has been concluded. A lot more probably in there. As I said, timestamps below. Subscribe if you're new. Give the video a like. Comment questions or anything. I do appreciate it. Let's jump into it. Starting out with a very quick look at tap tools and what's going on with Cardano projects in terms of price action, but I'm only going to spend a minute here because I'll do a dedicated video maybe tomorrow or Tuesday looking a bit deeper into this and individual protocols. If you would like that as a live stream or as a pre-recorded, let me know down below. Meme season is definitely making a comeback. Whether that's good or bad, I'll let you make up your own mind. You can see out of the 6 tokens trending in the last 24 hours, Hunt is the only one that isn't a meme coin. Hunt from the Dex Hunter team. And actually, I will be sitting down with Nick, or more widely known on Twitter and socials as Melon, in the next few days to have a chat about everything they've done and what's coming in 2024 for them. So if you have questions, let me know down below. But outside that, the top 10 hasn't really changed much. We see Hunt has pushed into the top 10. Indy is just slightly outside it. Min has pushed up with what's going on with the burn, with the results of that. And I will look at that one in a minute. And we'll take a deeper dive into all of this when we do the dedicated video in the next day or two. So sticking with Minswap then, and the reason that it has been pushing up and doing well lately is the burn has concluded. So option 4 has passed. That means that, 40% of the Minswap total supply is going to be burned, and that's going to happen tomorrow. I'm sure there'll be proof of transaction on the blockchain where everybody can see. As soon as I see that, I will share it out. What this means is that there will be 40% less supply for Minswap overall. Now, that's not taking anything out of the current circulating supply. This is out of what would be coming into circulation over the next few years. And I think, it has reduced the emissions down to just under 9 years for the total amount of min to be put into circulation, which brings it more in line with a lot of other projects, and still even probably longer than lots of other similar protocols across other chains. We'll dive a bit deeper into that maybe in another video, but good to see this is the one I thought would win. And when you seen the early votes, it definitely was a runaway winner for the community wanting to burn a big chunk of this. And just on this, we probably actually discussed this I had a live stream during the week with Fareed, Pete and Josh. This will be a monthly thing in 2024. At least once a month we will have a live stream talking all the latest on Cardano. The one we had during the week, I did add timestamps for anyone who wants to go back and look at it. Was kind of looking at the Bitcoin ETF, which had happened that day. Looking back at 2023, some highlights from each of us, and into 2024, what we're really looking to see coming into Cardano and into the crypto space in general. One topic on that was USDC, and you can see Dan made a post here talking about let's try and bring USDC, which is one of the biggest stable coins in the cryptocurrency space. USDT would be the other one. These are fiat-backed stable coins. There's always the question of why isn't it on Cardano? What is it going to take? We've been told before that it would take 8 figures as a payment to bring it onto Cardano. Dan has said here he wants to put together a group to try and maybe look at, can Catalyst do something here, or is there other routes we can do? I know Big Pay put out a post. I think there was only 5 or 10 minutes between the two posts that the two guys put out. So maybe we'll see some action on this, see what is actually required. For me, look, I would like to see USDC on Cardano. I've said this multiple times before that the more stablecoin liquidity we can get into the ecosystem, the better. Yes, we are going to have USDM, which is a native stablecoin being built on Cardano. It will be a fiat-backed one. March 16th is the latest launch target that we have, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that come in. I would like to see, in terms of that, is there any liquidity lined up or any big investors lined up that will be able to help push liquidity in? Because that's always going to be a big key, is if we get these stable coins, will there be liquidity? Because that's what's really going to help trading on Cardano. You look at other ecosystems, other blockchains, then stablecoin pairs are generally the ones that have the highest trading volume. In terms of USDC, what I would like to see is, when you look at it on other chains, then they have the ability to freeze tokens. And is this a legal requirement? Is this needed by Circle, who are the issuers of USDC? Is that needed? And some of that is discussed here, but I don't think we have a full answer on that yet. With Cardano native assets, one of the big advantages of that is they're treated as first-class citizens. So they aren't created through a smart contract. So that means if they are in your wallet, nobody can do anything to them. They can't freeze them, can't stop you doing anything with the tokens that sit in your own wallet. Where in other chains, EVM chains, they are created through a smart contract. So that means the creator of the smart contract does still have some control over them and can stop them being moved. I've seen some devs talking about, there are solutions that can be done on Cardano to create assets through a smart contract, but then it wouldn't be a full native asset. So I'd love to see clarification around this. Maybe now that there's a lot more people talking about this, over the next week or so, we might get more details, and I'll do a dedicated video, or maybe even be able to bring a few people on for a live stream that have more info on that. Be interested to hear down below your own thoughts. Would you like to see USDC on Cardano? Would you only like to stick with USDM? Personally, I'd like to see both. The more, the better for the ecosystem as a whole. So moving on, then we look at Fluid tokens. So I put out the interview there last week with Raul, talking all about what Fluid tokens is. Their LBE is coming up this week. I think the 16th, is it? Let's check the 18th, which is Wednesday. The LBE is going to start for Fluid tokens. They have released their roadmap here. One thing I do like to see on this is in Q1, they will be open sourcing their smart contracts. They've also talked about other types of protocols. You can see here, Maelstrom protocol, and there was another one. They're looking to do something on Midnight too, as well as cross-chain. This one here, Aquarium protocol. So it looks like they've got a lot of things coming, and we probably will need to do a follow-up to go through a lot of this, see what's going to come for them. Boosted stake is another one that is popular, where you can put your ADA into a smart contract and say you want a certain amount of return on that. Someone else can come in then and they're able to actually borrow that, and they will be able to pay the interest for it. So it's a way of boosting your staking rewards, but you do have to put it into a smart contract. If we do catch up, maybe in another month or two, they're going to be busy with everything that's going on here. I will be able to go through all of that and talk a little bit more about some of the other things that are standing out here in the 2024 roadmap, but it looks like they've got a busy year ahead. Next, we have Liqwid Finance. So there was an issue during the week, probably to see here, the 10th of the 1st, it's the 14th, so 4 days ago, where there was something wrong with the price feed. So the wrong price was fed into Liqwid Finance, which meant that some of the loans that were over collateralized, all of a sudden the collateral that was there for them looked like it wasn't enough, even though it was based on the incoming price feed. Then things were wrong. So there was loans that were liquidated. You can see here 3 default positions with 21k in collateral, and that was 140k in debt. 5 liquidated positions with 110k ADA collateral seized. Then you can see here there was a large position with QShen, and the last I seen, they were looking for some of the people who were liquidated to reach out to the protocol, and they want to write that and make sure things are okay, that whoever got liquidated due to the price feed error didn't lose out on any funds and can get the positions set up again. So if we go down to actually the solution on it, so you can see here was one of the initial tweets on it that talked about the price feed that came in. So the prices for ZED and IUSD spiked due to a faulty API stemming from their CoinGecko price feed. So they're taking their feed from CoinGecko. This definitely has made a lot of people start shouting again, looking for a decentralized oracle to be able to be the one that supplies the price feed. With a decentralized oracle, what they do is they take feeds from multiple different places, bring them all together, and make sure that one DEX having the wrong price doesn't make any difference to the overall price that it gives to applications like Liqwid Finance that would be using them. 2 options for that are Charlie 3 and Orcfax. I'll talk about that in a second. But it looks like the root of the issue came from the Wingriders Dex API. So I think they have a big long solution here, or not solution, reason behind it here. And they say that on the epoch shift, the token metadata, which is the main token registry for Cardano, they're constantly pulling information from that for images and decimal places on tokens. But what happened on the turn of the epoch was that there was a delay in the information coming back. It came back wrong. So instead of the 3 decimal places for the WRT token, it displayed, what's this? Should have put some commas in this. It displayed 3 million instead of 3. So this meant that trades on the DEX were okay because everything was wrong in terms of the decimals, but when the price was taken from there and fed to CoinGecko, actually Rick McCracken had a good screenshot of this. I will post it if I find it after. It showed that the prices were all over the place, so anybody else consuming that price feed was wrong when they were using that against something else that had the correct decimal places, which in this case Liqwid Finance was the main, I suppose, the main victim of this, and the people using the platform were. So one of the alternative options is a decentralized Oracle, and we have 2 of them available on Cardano. That is Orcfax and Charlie 3. So with Orcfax, they have recently announced that they're opening up the validators. Now, there are limits on this, and you will be able to purchase or reserve an NFT, an Orcfax Validator NFT license. That's coming up if the details are here. There's going to be a reservation process starting on February 17th at 7 UTC, ends 1 week later. And for this, you need to have a certain amount of FACT token in your wallet to be able to reserve. You can see here the license cost is 100,000 FACT. And then you also need to have the at least 250k FACT in your wallet, and there's going to be a point system. So the more FACT you have, the more chance you have of being allowed to be a validator. And then you also need to deposit to the contract, to the validator, 500,000 FACT or 10,000 USD. So it is going to be a bit expensive to be a validator on the network. Hopefully in time we see this opened up. I know there is a balance between having trusted entities that won't do anything malicious on the network versus letting as many people as possible in. I will do some of the calculations on this after. First glance, it does seem like it's not going to be for everybody for the start, and you can see there's going to be 100 validator licenses available. Charlie 3 is another option. Again, the validator set hasn't opened up on Charlie 3 just yet. Hopefully we get more details on that down the line and when the community and everybody can come in and get involved too. But they have some very interesting Catalyst Fund 11 proposals here, and some of them are to provide feeds for the network. You can see number 3 here is subsidized community price feeds. And if we look at let's see, they don't have, oh, here we go, off-chain and CNT price feeds. So this would allow more people in the community. They do run an ADA USD one, which is subsidized for the community. So any protocol in the community can use it, and they're looking to expand that out. They're also looking to do some other things with the architecture. I've seen some of them looking at a side chain, so you'd be able to do it cheaper and feed the prices back in. I'll try and dive a bit deeper into this. Catalyst voting, if you didn't register in the previous rounds, you have about 2 days left from the time of this video to register for this one. If you did register to vote in the last round, then you should be okay. You don't have to do anything else before the snapshot happens for this vote. I will leave links to this down below. Definitely ones to consider when you are voting. The same with Orcfax. I'll leave links to that validator article down below. So moving on then to Indigo, and Indigo V2 is expected to come out in March 2024, and this is going to be a big expansion on what's there right now. The main ones right now are IUSD, IBTC, and IETH. But what they're looking to do in V2 is allow tokenization of basically anything. Real world assets or anything else will be able to be tokenized. You can create your synthetics through Indigo. These are all backed by, these are CDPs, collateralized debt positions, over collateralized by ADA. I'll try and maybe do a dedicated video closer to the launch of this to explain it, because the video here, it's a nice visual representation of it, but it doesn't give much of the details of the inner workings and how things are going to work. As we get more information on it, I will put together a full video looking into it. Iagon have also hit a new milestone this week, being granted a new patent, and this was granted in December 26th, and they announced it 2 days ago. So we're thrilled to announce that Iagon received a patent in China for a groundbreaking solution, intelligent, decentralized, and autonomous marketplace for distributed computing and storage. So storage is live right now. Distributed computing is meant to come in Q1. My demo or tutorial on how to set up your own node for storage will follow maybe later today or tomorrow. But on this one, there was a bit of a mixed reaction on Twitter. A lot of people were really happy to see that the team is pushing forward and getting these types of things in place. There was others were questioning with open source and decentralization, should patents be put into place? But it's an interesting discussion. I will be having Navjeet back on the channel in probably within the next week to talk about all the latest on Iagon, what's happened since we last talked, because they have launched mainnet and there's a lot more to come throughout the next few months. So questions for him, do let me know down below too. And the last main topic then is AXO and the LSE. So the LSE is still running right now as I record this, but the official launch is meant to be on the 16th of January, which is in 2 days time, and the LSE didn't go as smoothly as the team would have liked it to. There's been some confusion about how things work, some things with stuck orders, and actually on that, just if anybody has any stuck orders, you can see they did put out a post here talking about how you can actually get in and resolve that no funds are lost or anything like that. And I will leave a link to this one down below for people who may have any orders stuck. And you can see they have the video there, a very short video on what you can actually do to get the orders out. And on the actual launch, you can see here that Jarek has posted that going deep with the team on a post-mortem, he takes it upon himself, all that went wrong. We've already applied numerous improvements since the LSE launch, many more in the pipeline and testing. So I think they've put in a serious amount of work to get to this point. You look at what the testnet had and what's there on mainnet right now, and there's an incredible amount of work gone into it. I would say, yes, the LSE has had its issues, but when you look at what the team has built so far, I don't think this team is going to be going anywhere too soon, and I would definitely keep up with it once it goes live on mainnet and trading is in full flow for everything. I'll be doing a dedicated video looking at that and a tutorial about how I won't say all because they offer a lot, how some of the high level features work, and then individual videos after that maybe on some of the strategies and all the different types of things that you can do. This other post is actually a good one, and it's one of the really strong features about Cardano staking is that AXO are utilizing it. Indigo were probably one of the first, or the first that I remember to utilize this, was that when you use your ADA in DeFi, the protocol, depending on what way it's built, has the ability to leave that staked to your stake pool. Wherever you are staking your main wallet, you can still have the ADA staked, still earn the staking rewards, but use your ADA in DeFi. So you use it for the CDPs on Indigo, and with AXO, Jarek is clarifying here that yes, any ADA you use in trading strategies on AXO, that's still staked for you. You're still earning the staking rewards when the snapshots come, and if the ADA is still part of your wallet or part of your staking key, it won't be in your wallet, the ADA, it'll be in the smart contract, but it's still associated with your staking key. So really powerful feature for Cardano staking. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll do the video tomorrow looking more on the price side of tokens and projects and see what's happening tomorrow or Tuesday. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.